All right, ladies and gentlemen, what is good? What is good? What is good? Of course, you know who I be. Good Doc, Dr. Mike TV, back again, once again, dropping some classics on that ass today. First time to the channel, y'all make sure y'all like, subscribe, notify, do all the things to make yourself well versed in the Good Doc's content. Ladies and gentlemen, how many times can you hook up with a Filipina before it starts to become a relationship? How many times can you hook up with a Filipina before it starts to become a relationship? Now, I'll put it to you like this, man. A lot of us have a mutual agreement when we say that as long as you're honest with the Filipina with what you want and everything like that, she has the option to either be okay with it or not okay with it and go her own, and you guys go your own separate ways. But let's say, for example, she opts to accept the boundaries in which have been set for whatever type of relationship, friends with benefits, whatever you want to call it. Let's say that she has accepted that as fact and she's okay with it. Maybe how you guys have drawn up the terms of said contract that is probably more verbal than actually written is up to you guys. How y'all have outlined it, what goes into what carry over the one and all that extra stuff, you know, all of the revisions, prohibitions and all the good stuff that you put in there. Let's say that you both have agreed to it. Now, I've often asked my question to a bunch of gentlemen, and people seem to overlook the simple fact that there is a percentage chance that you could fall for one another, okay? That's where the conundrum lies. Let's say you're a guy and you have absolutely no intent on wanting to be in any type of relationship. You're thinking that you can just sleep your way through the Philippines, with all due respect, of course. You can have a bunch of girls in rotation. We'll say 2 or 3. And let's just say if you do opt to have 3 girls in rotation, she happens to be one of them. Okay, so she's in rotation and you might hook up with her maybe, let's say, once a week, maybe a couple times a week, but that's it. How many times do you honestly think that you guys can sleep together? How many times do you actually think you can be together before you or her start to catch feelings? Now, going back to the mentality of a man that's like, man, I'm gonna be a player for life. I don't want to be in a relationship, this, that's, and the other. You know, you can say that shit now, but, and I'm not saying this for any other reason other than the simple fact that I know, okay? This is what the good doc knows to be fact. And anybody can vouch for me because the good doc knows his facts. You can say that until you've actually been in a relationship with somebody who treats you pretty damn good. Okay, let's say, for example, it starts out as a casual fling, right? Let's say, for example, y'all getting it in, and I'm just not trying to be as detailed, but I'm trying to provide you guys the imagery. Let's say you getting it in. Let's say y'all enjoying each other's company. Let's say it's good for both of you guys. You know, you get your post-nut clarity. You're sitting there laying down in the bed and shit. And baby girl says, you know what? Do you want a sandwich? You know, are you hungry? Let me go get something for you. You ain't used to that shit. You're like, this chick gonna get up and after I finish just killing it, she gonna get up and make me a sandwich? Holy shit. Never had that shit happen to me before, but you ride with it, right? Because you're willing to accept the fact that, yeah, man, I got this girl that I'm able to hook up with. I got this girl that I'm able to be intimate with, and she's cooking and cleaning for me and all that shit. Oh my God. So you start to bring her around a little bit more because, you know, she's like, yo, I want to cook for you. I want to do this for you. Do you mind? Whatever. She's asking you to do this. And what man turns down food? What man turns down a meal? You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't happen that way. So she starts to come around just a little bit more, a little bit more. Of course, every time she comes around, you guys are hooking up. It's just a part of the thing. Maybe as you guys start to get more comfortable around each other, maybe two days a week turns into 3, 4, whatever you want to call it. And then it starts to become a little bit less about the intimacy aspect of the relationship or whatever you want to call it. And it starts to become a lot more about the conversation, man. You start to realize, damn, this chick is kind of cool. So she did this, her family's about that. You start to really get to know her, right? Are you honestly going to sit there and tell me that feelings will not emerge from your end or her end? We cannot predict how we react. And I've noticed that a lot of gentlemen who tend to live this I'm gonna be a red pill type of guy for the rest of my life, fall in love type of motherfucker quick. I could say names, but we're not going to go there because Doc is not a name dropper. That's just not how I run my channel, nor do I operate in that realm. But there was a gentleman a while back who spent plenty of time in Angeles City. But his videos prior talked a lot about a red pill lifestyle. Till he got to the Philippines. Next thing you know, he's falling in love with a girl from a bar. And we're just going to leave it at that, and because that is all she wrote about that particular situation. But you start to understand, one day you may feel one way, the next day you may feel another. And it does come with consistency and having a particular person around for a significant amount of time. Now, that goes and begs the question, okay, so a baby girl's willing to do all this stuff to you, and you have the fear of the potential that she's going to fall in love or you're going to fall in love. Guess what? Somebody's got to get cut off, and you're likely going to cut her off. So you mean to tell me that you're willing to simply risk the fact that you could potentially find something real, just so that you can continue living this player lifestyle, as in, okay, I can only keep her around for two times that we could hook up, and then it's got to go before I start to catch feelings. Are you really just going to sit there and risk the fact that you could potentially find somebody that could potentially be good for you? Not necessarily somebody you got to marry, but somebody you can kick it with long term and see how this pretty much plays itself out, just because you're afraid that you might actually, or she or you might actually have or catch feelings for one another. You know, so when I ask the question, how long or how many times can you hook up before you start to catch feelings or before somebody starts to fall in love? I'm gonna tell you right now, I could give you the answer that I believe to be accurate. I think that if you hit that at least 3 times, man, that's a relationship. Yo, man, if you hit that shit 3 times, bro, you in a relationship. I don't know if she gonna call it. I don't know if you're gonna call it, but the good doc's intuition, his spider senses, ladies and gentlemen, tells specifically the time at which you guys are going to fall in love. If you bringing her around 3 times, my dude, you are not in love, but you have a strong potential chance of her falling in love with you or you trying to make something official. How can I say this in the most respectful way humanly possible, guys? The intimacy aspect of any relationship, you could probably find that in just about a lot of girls. I mean, you can probably get sex a lot if you choose to in the Philippines, okay? So you can't just sit there and tell me, oh, well, you sleeping with her because you already got her, because now you're starting to get comfortable. You're starting to get complacent. You understand? So that means that you're not opting to go out and try to seek other women because, you know, you're comfortable with who you with. But then if you don't keep her around, that means you really have to go through the gauntlet of trying to find other women. And that could be a painful process. Not every woman's going to give it up. Shit, not unless you're paying for it. Not every woman going to give it up. So if you have somebody who's willing to do a little, you know, hook you up when you need to, man, top you off if you need to, man, and cook you breakfast in the morning. If you have a girl that'll top you off in the morning and make you eggs right after that, come on, man. You would be a fool not to invest a little bit more time into seeing where that particular topic of conversation could go. All right. So truth be told, I say if you hit it at least 3 times, bro, something's bound to happen. It's going to get dangerous. The first time, experimental, everybody's just trying to figure each other out. Second time, you're just trying to see if it was exactly as good as it was the first time. Third time, now you're just playing Russian roulette with your relationship status, okay? Now you're playing Russian roulette with your relationship status in the Philippines, all right? Because next thing you know on Facebook, it's going to read in a relationship. Maybe not yours, but maybe on hers. You just never know, ladies and gentlemen. So you got to be careful. Got to be careful how you choose to play this game, because this game is a dangerous one, ladies and gentlemen. And trust me, you're talking to a man who knows. I know how dangerous that game can be. Been locked down for a fucking long time now, man. Thinking I was playing it right now. I was playing. You mean one know she's had my heart for a long time, man. We've been back at it like crack at it for many, many years. But That's just my thoughts. That's just my opinions. You guys have any other opinions, man? You share them in the link in the other, oh, not in the link, but the description, and not even the description. Damn, the comment section below, guys. Y'all make sure y'all stay blessed. Y'all make sure y'all stay true. Been a good doc, Dr. Mike TV. With that being said, good doc is officially out. At least nako, which means I am going now. Bye-bye. As always, love you guys. Sincerely do. Maha kita. Mabuhay. Peace.